Welcome back, everyone, to Young at Heart, nursery rhymes and children's poems to keep us young at heart. This is session number 9. 2 selections this afternoon. The first is a tongue twister, and the second is one of my favorite nursery rhymes, Old Mother Hubbard. I think it's one of your favorites, too. Here's the tongue twister. Betty Botter bought some butter, but she said, "This butter's bitter. If I put it in my batter, it will make my batter bitter." So she bought a bit of better butter than the bitter butter, and it made her batter better. Thus it was a better Betty Botter that bought a bit of better butter. Betty Botter bought some butter, but she said, "This butter's bitter. If I put it in my batter, it will make my batter bitter." So she bought a bit of better butter than the bitter butter, and it made her batter better. Thus it was a better Betty Botter that bought a bit of better butter. I'll try one more time. Betty Botter bought some butter, but she said, "This butter's bitter. If I put it in my batter, it will make my batter bitter." So she bought a bit of better butter than the bitter butter, and it made her batter better. Thus it was a better Betty Botter that bought a bit of better butter. Think I should go one more time? Let's try it. Betty Botter bought some butter, but she said, "This butter's bitter. If I put it in my batter, it will make my batter bitter." So she bought a bit of better butter than the bitter butter, and it made her batter better. Thus it was a better Betty Botter that bought a bit of better butter. All right. You try that at home. Okay. Today's nursery rhyme comes from this text. It's part of the Everyman Children's Library, a delightful library. This is Mother Goose Rhymes, Mother Goose Nursery Rhymes, and the editor is Walter Gerald. See, here it is. Do you think I'd make a good commercial? I don't know. I tried that long ago. I think priesthood's better. So now let's go to Old Mother Hubbard. Today I'm actually going to show you some of the illustrations, so I'll give you a little time. Let me let the camera focus on it, if I can. So there you see the poor old woman, and you see that little dog who's up to his old tricks. Okay? And every poem has a little thought that goes a little deeper than the surface of it. And today's thought is in regard to our pets. And it asks the question, who owns who? So let's see what the poem has to say, shall we? Old Mother Hubbard went to her cupboard to get her poor dog a bone. But when she got there, the cupboard was bare, and so the poor dog had none. She went to the baker's to buy him some bread, but when she came back, the poor dog was dead. She went to the undertaker's to buy him a coffin, and when she came back, the poor dog was laughing. She took a clean dish to get him some tripe, but when she came back, he was smoking a pipe. She went to the alehouse to buy him some beer, but when she came back, he was sitting in a chair. She went to the tavern for white wine and red, and when she came back, the dog stood on his head. She went to the hatter's to buy him a hat, and when she came back, he was feeding the cat. She went to the barber's to buy him a wig, but when she came back, he was dancing a jig. She went to the fruiterer's to buy him some fruit, and when she came back, he was playing the flute. She went to the tailor's to buy him a coat, and when she came back, he was riding a goat. She went to the cobbler's to buy him some shoes, and when she came back, he was reading the news. She went to the seamstress to buy him some linen, and when she came back, the poor dog was spinning. She went to the hosier's to buy him some hose, and when she came back, he was dressed in his clothes. The dame made a curtsy, the dog made a bow. The dame said, "Your servant." The dog said, "Bow, wow." And there we go. Who does own who? I hope you have a wonderful evening, free from fear. Hope you're all safe and healthy. God bless us all with the gift of patience and ongoing kindness to ourselves and others, to ourselves and others. And have a good night. Bye, everyone.